Hi everyone, I'm Catherine, the artist behind Bigelow Fine Arts. How did the last coloring session go? It feels good to make progress among the tree's leaves. For this coloring session, I tried to make an orange palette for some leaves, but it ended up looking so similar to the red leaves from earlier. Just from looking at it, no one would see it as a mistake, even if I know the color isn't what I wanted. Now it is just another reddish leaf. To begin this leaf, I am laying in a light base of terracotta over most of the leaf. I am keeping my pressure light at this point, but doing several layers. Next up is the red violet to add in the shadows from the leaves overlapping this one, as well as a center rib. I used a medium pressure to get the center rib as I want it to be dark enough after all the layers. I then came in with the sanguine to deepen the shadows and rib. The sanguine and the red violet look similar and can likely be used interchangeably if you don't have one of them. With the dark red, I am expanding the shadowed areas to blend into the rest of the leaf, as well as adding in a layer to the center of the leaf and more along the rib. Back to the terracotta to add another layer, both to the center and to the outer edges of the leaf, and trying to get the orange to pop more. With most of the color down, I am now refining the leaf, touching up the shadows and the edge with more sanguine and dark red. I want the edge to be orange, but I also want the bottom to be a little darker, so that is part of my focus as I go in to refine the colors even more. I draw the color down into the stem of the leaf as well because it didn't get full coverage of the tiny stem when I was working on the trunks and branches. The remaining leaves will get the same treatment. I used a layer of red violet and dark red to fill in the curl on any leaves with one. This leaf also needed a shadow under the curl as it overlapped the main part of the leaf. There are several leaves in this section that I will make my way through, as well as the leaves on the other half of the page. They are all getting the same treatment, starting with a base of terracotta. The rib is made with the red violet and darkened with sanguine, followed by more dark red to add depth to the center of the leaf as well as the base. I have been adding chapter breaks to make finding certain sections easier, so make sure you take advantage of those if you need them. I'm using the red palette and working on all the 3-lobed leaves. I'm beginning with the small tree, adding in a light layer of burnt carmine to the entire leaf. I'm adding in a few more layers to the leaf to get a really good base coverage. A sharp pencil really helps get the pigment into the tooth of the paper. With the dark sepia, I'm adding in the shadows. The shadows are under the curl and the curl itself, the base of the leaf, and the center where a rib might be. I then come in with the caput mortem over the same shadowed areas to add a layer to deepen it as well as feather the shadow further out from the center. Using the red violet and deepening up the center of each lobe of the leaf, I'm going light with my layers to prevent the leaf from becoming flat with one color. I want to blend the colors together with many light layers to give the leaf depth. I use the dark red to add more color to the center of the leaf as well as a little more depth to the base of the bottom edge. Using the sanguine, I am deepening up the shadows and adding a layer to the curl to give it a good coverage. With the burnt carmine, I go back over the top part of the leaf, trying to make them a brighter red compared to the darker red of the center. I do a final touch-up with the deep red. I am touching up the shadows and the curl of the leaf. Let me know how you're doing. I really want to know. I hope you've been following along. Coloring this page has been a lot of fun for me. I've enjoyed watching it come together. If you have any questions, please leave them below or on the Patreon post linking this video. Down in the show notes, I have added in a couple of chapter breaks as well as a list of equipment I have or will be using. And thank you everyone for coming along and joining in with me on this coloring journey. I appreciate all my subscribers and look forward to more of you joining in and coloring along with me. That will only happen if you like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, happy coloring.